Megan Jeanette, but you can call me Meg.
And this your boy Greg. What's happening, baby?
And welcome to Get It Together Season 3.
Yeah, Trey.
So this is your first time joining us. We want to welcome you to our family.
Welcome.
We're just a millennial married couple talking all things love, sex, and the trials of life as we just pursue this crazy life together.
Yes, we are.
So welcome.
What's up with it? I'm very excited because I think we have really only ever recorded one episode. Recorded. Like camera. So this is exciting. I'm extremely happy. I can't wait till y'all see it. It's amazing.
Yeah, well, hopefully what he's talking about is that if you've been listening to us this far, then you know we've only been via audio, but now that we're introducing our YouTube, so we're recording this episode.
What it do?
So hopefully it'll upload.
I'm saying it out loud.
Yeah, so I'm like, now it needs to be done.
Well, no, I'm saying it out loud because it has to happen. God's gonna carry us. We're gonna have to make God speak into existence. It has to happen. So.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah.
What's up?
I mean, you tell me what's up. What's happened in life so far?
I'm just chilling, man.
Where are we right now?
Welcome to Atlanta.
This is obnoxious. Alright, but by now, so far, you guys know that we moved to Atlanta, Georgia.
We did. We here.
Very, very happy. We're now
So
officially ATL residents, and we live like right in Atlanta. So
Yes.
this has been a big conversation, huge thing where people will ask, like, where do you live? Like, where do you live? And I told them, like, I live in Atlanta. And they're like, no, like, where exactly do you live? I said, no, our address is Atlanta. And my thing is that, why would we move all the way from Houston to Atlanta to live in, like, I don't know, a burg? That was not gonna
Yeah, like, come on now. We want to live. We want to see how it is in the ATL. We want to feel the spirit of Atlanta, not the spirit of Georgia, the spirit of Atlanta. So
yes, exactly. We want to be in the blue dot.
Yes, we did.
Amongst all the rest of the red dots of Georgia.
Here,
so. But yeah, so as far as just like why we moved, that's what we're going to talk about today. So I think it's been like a very questionable thing.
You all annoy me.
And it's been a huge conversation within our families because I think for the longest time, people really didn't believe that we were actually going to move. Specifically, I would say, like, I know my mom, she definitely didn't believe it.
Your mom was not happy. Your mom was not happy. I'm talking about brother, sister, dad was just like, hey, when you get to Atlanta, and this is before we actually said, we're going to actually look for a place, before we actually look for furniture. They were already speaking to existence. Her mom was like, yeah, if you get there.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure, you're leaving.
Which I think was a common theme and kind of why I feel like we kind of kept it under wraps for a long time that we were moving. Because with most people, what I find out is that I'd say like, oh yeah, we're gonna move to Atlanta because we really had planned this about a year ago from now. So we talked about it in like February 2021.
You want to know one thing I learned about black people? I'm gonna say it like this: black people is when they don't think you're gonna do something that you say you're gonna do. They always hit you with, well, good luck. I hope you have everything together.
Oh yeah.
That's because that's like their nice and mean way of saying, are you sure? Like you really want to do that? That's that, and I also think that response of like, oh, okay, like we'll see, kind of like sly way of. I feel like it's a sly way of cutting down someone's dreams or plans. Kind of like you're psyching them out in a way. So I know like lots of people would say that whenever I was saying like I was moving, they're like, oh, okay, like sure, or like, oh, good luck with it.
Oh, like are they really gonna move, or are they just kind of talking about? You're not supposed to just like talk about they're gonna move.
Well, for me, I couldn't tell nobody, because if y'all listen to last season 2 and of our update, you knew that I was getting ready to graduate the fire academy. I was getting ready to go work at a station. We'll talk about all that, but I couldn't tell nobody my plans because the thing about it is in Houston's fire academy, you can't have another life. So me doing the podcast was dangerous enough just being in the academy. So me telling like anybody there that, hey, I'm not gonna be working here, I'm just getting certifications and moving to a whole nother state, was like, that's dangerous. They fire people just for breathing. So I was scared to say anything. So the 5 people that I did tell at the academy, thank y'all so much for keeping that secret. Y'all real. Because I had to tell somebody. She was actually mad at me when I told one person, and I was like, I trust them.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept it a secret.
I mean, I guess.
Even though they found me the entire time.
I was just like, okay, I guess you told someone. But I'm like, that was your business.
Just don't let nobody find out.
Yeah, I was like, okay, that's great. But yeah, so I mean, moral story is that we actually did it. For me, I always say that whenever I say that I'm gonna do something, I always have the impression that do not talk about it, be about it. Mm-hmm. So if I say I'm gonna do something and then I speak it into existence like it's gonna happen. So I always knew we were gonna move, even when we mentioned it a year ago. And I'm just proud of us because we actually did it.
We actually talked about it. Like it always came up in very separate conversations, like real quick combos. So like I remember first met you said, "What's a place I want to move to?" And I said, "Oh, probably Atlanta." And you was like, "Me too." In the conversation. Next time was probably a couple of years after that. Oh, you know, let's say we moved to Atlanta. What would you do? I'm like, well, I'll try to be a fireman and I'll try to be an actor. And you was like, oh, that's great. And then literally as we got engaged, you looked at me and was like, all right, so we moved to Atlanta, right? Like straight up. And I was just like, yeah. I mean, if you cool with going, I'm cool. I'm ready.
Yeah, so it truly has been an ongoing journey.
Right.
And this is not an easy move.
It was not.
At all. So, with that being said, we moved. So, I came here before Greg came here.
Oh.
So, originally the plan was that I would start my job at the end of January, and then Greg was going to stay working with HFD for at least like a month. Mm-hmm. And so he would come in towards like the end of February.
Yeah.
So it'd be almost a month.
It was supposed to be the end of February.
Yeah. But whenever we kind of started talking about this and me thinking about being by myself.
It was going to be way harder than we thought.
It was not a good idea at all. And that was not going to work because being away from him for like a week was a lot.
You got to realize we're still newlyweds, one. Two, the safety factor of me thinking my wife is in a whole different state and I'm all the way over here, you know, doing whatever. That is number two. Then number three, it's just like, you know, why do I have to be away from her so long? When we're in the same house, I'll be looking at her like, give me
What?
Let me sit in the living room. I'll be watching TV. She come in and bother me. I'll be like, leave me alone. But it's like,
oh my God.
Being away from her for like just 2-3 days, I was like, man, I can't do this.
He was worse than me. So I came out
worse than her.
and I thankfully had the opportunity to reconnect with the friend I've had since 4th grade.
Yes.
So we were 8. We met when we were 8. So this is the longest friendship I've ever had. We've been friends for 20 years. And I was able to stay with her and her boyfriend. And so I was taken care of. I was missing Greg, but I was having a great time. It literally felt like I was like back a kid again because I had a piece of home to be with my friend. That's from when I was little.
Trash.
So he was the one who was kind of back home like, okay, well, can you call me or can we talk?
Well, it was a reason why, but then I'll tell you my side afterwards. But you know the reason why. Because where I was working. Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah, we're not going to mention that. Okay.
Yeah.
But yes, anyway.
You throwing shade on my...
Anyway, I'm not trying to get sued. But yeah, so that was really rough. And we had to come here and our place wasn't even like ready yet.
Yeah, that was annoying.
So yeah, so I mean, just the transition of leaving Texas, trying to rid ourselves of anything that we didn't need, and figuring out how we were gonna juggle me getting here and then Greg getting here. Like thankfully, like I think that in this situation we were very blessed because we both had the opportunity to have our dads bring us.
That's true.
To Georgia, so like both of our dads were with us and drove with us to Georgia.
I'm very happy about that. That was extremely exciting.
Yeah, and so and just like with that and having like their support through that, it made me moving alone feel better, and then Greg also coming like after me and stuff, like it made you feel more secure in that. And then even just with like having their support through all of this, because
which was very kind of like the thing. Like my dad is used to driving for long periods of time, so our plan was, he said, hey, one last father-son, ride out. Like you drive halfway, I drive halfway. So the deal was, when I drove, my dad kind of had a chance to she's really the only one that's actually like moved around out of our family.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I have to like break that transition, because the only thing I did was I moved to Louisiana for school, but I only stayed there for a year. I came back. So I said to myself, if I ever have the opportunity to move, no offense to my family because I love them to death, but I have to do it, because the fact of me being around them all the time, I don't want to be around them all the time. Now that I'm here, I will say, okay, I miss them a little bit. I want to be around them. I would like to see them, but the fact of me missing them,
Mm-hmm.
which Megan every week, once a week, she'll go, do you miss Houston yet? Do you miss your family? Are you sad yet? And I'll be like, well, you keep asking me, I'm not going to be sad. I'm fine. Like every week I'm fine. But the fact that I haven't been around them does allow me to say, okay, I miss seeing them. So because I've transitioned from not seeing them at all, from literally seeing them like every other day. After I get out of work, go to my grandma's house, all of us over there, then we go home around 9 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah. Number 2 was because it's ATL, baby. It's hood Hollywood, baby. This is the South Hollywood, baby. And you know me, I want to be an actor, so I put 2 and 2 together. I said, look, man, I'm going to take...
Do they know that?
Yeah, they know that. We told me that before. See, you off. I'm on.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember nothing.
Yeah, you don't know that.
I've been through a lot, y'all.
Oh my gosh. But no, so me wanting to be an actor, I said the best way to push myself out there, the best way to promote myself is to come to Atlanta. Because, I mean, this is where this is like the number 2 spot in the United States where film is made. New York, I think it was number 3. And it's just Black utopia. Like, Black people come out here, they love the acting out here. They love the theatrical out here. Music out here is bomb. So I said, I got to come out here and do it. And number 3, very important, Atlanta is not fire hungry as Houston. Houston blazes every other day. There's a fire every other day. And it's actually, I don't know. And it's so weird because I've talked to a coworker of mine from Houston, and he's like, bro, he went to a busy station. I went to a station that was semi-slow. He said, it seems like I'm on a fire every other shift. And I was like, wow, that is sad.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was annoying. I think I was on like probably 15 EMS calls every shift I went. But he was on fire every other shift. And I was like, yeah, man. Like, I don't mind. The whole point of being a fireman is to actually do the job, the duty of doing it. But the thing is, I wanted to promote myself as an actor. And plus, having my wife worry so much is another factor of mine. So I said, you know what? Let me push through to Atlanta, get there. Yeah, they're fire hungry too out here. Fire dogs too. I can't call myself a fire dog yet. I've only really been in it for a couple months. But it's not as fire crazy as Houston. So that's my reason for coming to Atlanta. And if my family listens to this, I love y'all. Please invite me to Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm sorry, I didn't even say that.
Well, piggybacking off of that, so whenever the conversation came about moving to Atlanta, I was on the fence for a little bit because my heart was always to go back to Dallas in order to continue building our family business. However, with knowing that I'm now a married woman attached to Greg, I just felt like the trajectory where our life we wanted to go and what our plans are for the next 10 years of our life, it made more sense for us to at least come to Atlanta and for him to truly pursue acting, because I was never gonna go to LA. That was never into the question.
It wasn't gonna happen.
And then on top of that, like with how he's just discussing that there's films we make here all the time, Atlanta is one of the top producing cities for having TV and film. So what's been different as far as like the energy here, which is that I love, like anytime you talk about the fact that, okay, you're here and you want to build a business, like you're in Atlanta and you want to be an actor, you want to be in theater, you want to do anything that you want to do. The response is never a response that's in an aspect of negative or something that like it's unattainable. Like you can't reach it. And I think that with being in Texas and being like that type of climate there, stating something that like, oh, you want to be this entrepreneurial business millionaire woman, or you want to be this huge actor, it seems as people are just like, oh, okay, really? Like, how are you gonna do that? It's like a negative point of view. Saying that here, people will say like, oh, well, yeah, like that's definitely, you can do that. So,
I have not met one person that looked at me crazy when I said I'm
yes, literally. And that's just like the shift, which is why like I really do like love that you stepped out on faith, first of all, of leaving your family and actually pursuing what you want to do in life, because we only have one life to live, y'all.
Yeah.
And if you want to move somewhere, if you want to live somewhere, if you want to do whatever you want to do it. Don't allow fear to be the thing that holds you back. And I know that it's really hard to push past fear, and it's hard to step out on faith and trust what you feel, but what I've always known, and even just like looking back into life, that everything that I've set my mind to, I've done. And everything that I've prayed for has truly come true, and it's always within God's plan. So this is truly us just stepping out into God's plan. Like, this was a natural transition for us. This didn't feel uncomfortable. Really, how we've grown closer to like my family that's here and stuff, that's been a blessing as well. So everything's truly making sense. And whenever you're moving throughout life and you feel like, wow, like that step makes sense, and it's not something that's like out of the ordinary, then that's how you know that you're moving on the trajectory that you're supposed to be on.
She dropping gems, man. Gems.
But really, because I just want people to know that, because it's just like, I don't like living scared is not fun, and we just have one life to do it. And I never ever want us to look back and be like, oh man, my husband's, he's great at acting, like, wow, like he blew up on TikTok and stuff, but you know, never like real on the big screen. And I don't want that because we never tried, because we were too afraid to leave Texas.
Right.
Like I never ever wanted to say that.
No.
And stuff. And so like we don't have kids. We don't have anything that's truly like holding us back. So we said, okay, let's step out in faith and let's do it. And so.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, and with that being said, for me, like I've always wanted to live in a city where everybody looks like me. I love that I go to the store and everybody looks like me. I love that whenever, like, as far as the people I treat, like my patients, they all look like me. And that's something that is very encouraging, because growing up in the city that I did as a child, but being the only person of color within all of my classes, really much like throughout high school, just even you go to the store and it's just like, oh wow, like I see one little drop of black person there, like that just was not like a good feeling at all. And granted, I pushed past that whenever I got to college, but to say like right now, like I'm functioning in a society where Atlanta is like tied, I think, with like DC for being like the number one place for like black millionaires, the number one place for like black homeowners. Black businesses are striving. Like you go to a business, you're just like, who's the owner? It's normally gonna be a black person there. Like that is amazing and encouraging. And I want to have children and a family that are able to grow up in an environment like that where they don't feel like they are the minority. So that's really what's been empowering me to really just be here and embrace and just love it. And there's so much things to do as well. It's just a fun place.
Yeah, it is way too many things to do here. Houston is like, you gotta catch it on great days, like once a month here and there. Like, same clubs, same hookah lounges. It's like, here it's like, yeah, that just opened up. What? That used to be a shoe store. Yeah, it's a club now. You should go see it. Yeah, that's literally how Atlanta is. Like, everything opens up like every 3 days. Yeah, new store just opened up down the street. What? I drive by that every day. What do you mean? I didn't even see construction there.
Yeah, and even things with like big tours, like shows that come into town, like any of the theater stuff, or like concerts. Atlanta's always a hot spot for all that type of thing. So that is one thing that I'm very, very excited about, the fact that we are able to actually do stuff. And I want to do things.
The thing is too, you gotta realize for the past 3, 4, 5 years, me and Megan have been working. Like, I was working at the hospital, crazy. She was working on her doctorate, like crazy. She finally pushed through. Then she had to start her residency. She had to start her residency. Then her starting her residency was in the middle of me getting ready for Houston Fire Department, the academy. Then once she was almost done, I was in the academy. So every year that we've known each other,
and then we are planning a wedding.
Yeah, exactly. So literally
from scratch.
From scratch.
No
like,
wedding planner.
No wedding planner. No person.
Planned it. So
yes.
yeah, it's been a lot of hustle and bustle.
Yeah. So we really are at this year is the year she literally said, because I'm so in my mindset's going, yeah, you know, I'm just working. We working. We ain't got time. Literally, like 2 weeks ago, she was like, I want to do stuff. Like we finally have some, like, we still are busy, we still are working, we still have things that we're trying to do. We're finally at a transition where we can say, we ain't got nothing to do. Let's go do something. Yeah. Let's go find something. Like, she literally looks online and is like, oh, they have this today. Oh, they have this tomorrow. Oh, they have this the next day. I'm like, oh.
I do, yeah. I've been on Groupon a lot. I forgot about that site.
It's a setting.
It's very dangerous here. But with that, how you were talking about how we're always constantly working, which, I mean, even being here now, we came here to work harder as well.
No. But it was like when we were in Houston, it was mandatory. Like, hardcore. If you don't wake up, you're going to lose money. So, like, here, it's like, same thing, but even if you don't wake up, you're like, oh, I can take a breath right now. I can sit back for today. Then tomorrow I can jump back up and get to it again. Like, that's how
I think that, like, the difference is that when we were working before, that we were working to get to a point where we feel like stable, we have steady income coming in, we have like the foundation of what we can just live life on. So you have your career started, I have my career started. Now we have that started, but we've always known that we weren't trying to be in our career paths for forever. Like,
that's true.
I've always said, like, I'm not gonna be a physical therapist forever. Like, this is just foundational.
Yeah.
So now it's like we're working towards our passions, and our careers are funding that.
That's it.
And so, which is what we truly planned, like, wrote this out. And so it's just interesting to see that we're at the point now that, like, our passions are what's we're truly striving for, and that's what the work's being for, which just makes it more fun.
Right.
And so I had seen there was an interview with Charlemagne God, and somebody's interviewing him, and he had said that, he made a response that, you know, he realized that at some point in life, like, always staying busy and always trying to get to the next thing, working really hard, saying, like, working extra, that staying busy and working all the time is a trauma response. And I believe that's, like, why now, in the midst of us working towards our passions, that I'm very adamant about, okay, I'm gonna send you a calendar invite because I booked this experience for us to go to, and we're gonna go to it. I don't care if it's on Monday after I just got off work. We're gonna go to it because, like, this is our time in life where we need to enjoy and have fun.
Sound like you speaking about something specific, but whatever.
Yes, literally, and that's the thing, because I don't want to live life in a way that we're constantly just, like, acting like we're gliding at the top and our feet are at the bottom or at the pond, you know, the little duck analogy, just like paddling, and never taking the time to, like, actually stop and just float in the water and really just enjoy it. And I think that we reached a point in life where we deserve to do that. And the fact that we can do that together, like me and you, I love that, you know, I can just find random stuff and we go and do it and figure out if we like it or not.
Right. That's true. I was thinking about us, how much we were talking about how much we love Atlanta, and it made me think for a second. You know who loves Atlanta more than us?
Yeah.
Your dad.
Her
dad loves Atlanta. He already said, oh yeah, I'm about to see, you know, he over here thinking about dropping shop, putting some of the business here. I was like, man, he's talking about
this time to Atlanta.
He's talking about, oh yeah, I'm just gonna catch a flight one day and say, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
I was like, what?
He's already been here 2 times, so.
My dad came here and left. Like, he was like, all right, I'll see you when you come to Houston.
Yeah.
My dad's like, hey, I'm at the airport. What?
Yeah.
Why are you here?
Yeah, no, like, that's very true. This last time he came, he said, no, like, it's really, he was, my mom told me how to say, like, it's really great there, and, like, how, you know, it's an area where there's Black people thriving, and how, you know, if Texas didn't work out, Atlanta was going to be his like second. Well, Dallas didn't work out, Atlanta was going to be like the second destination. The reason why they didn't come here because it's too far from Louisiana. And they're Louisiana. They can't be that far from home.
Yeah, dad's a driver, and driving from me and my dad went through Louisiana. Driving from Louisiana to Atlanta was very long. And your dad likes to drive, so I knew that.
Yeah.
Dallas, Louisiana, it worked.
Yeah, definitely. So I just think that I'm really looking forward to everything that God has for us here at this point in time. I mean, it feels good and it feels right. And I definitely feel like I'm like at home.
You feel at home?
Yeah, I just feel like I'm at home.
Well, you want to know something that I want to like throw out there? This is for everybody that's listening, and I pray to God y'all are listening. So, I like Instagram. Don't you like Instagram, Megan?
I love Instagram.
I like Facebook. Don't you like Facebook, Megan?
Not really.
Okay, well, just say yes.
Yes.
Okay. I like social media. You like social media, right?
I mean, it's fine.
Okay.
I'm going to prove myself.
I'm going to stop you right there. So, for everyone listening and for everyone like paying attention to this video, I got one thing to say. Every time me and Megan post a picture, that does not mean it is a pregnancy thing. We are not posting a picture to say, guess what? Stay tuned at 7 o'clock. We're going to drop something. Let me explain something to y'all. If me and Megan were having a baby, we would not even say it. No. We've already talked about that. We're not saying nothing.
Wait, hold on.
Whoa.
You
know what I mean. You know what I mean. No. Not saying nothing as in we're not going to tell you, hey, we're pregnant when we just found out.
Oh, yeah.
Or when you're like 3 months, or when you're like 4 months. We wouldn't tell you that. You won't know. So it's irritating. Close friends joke around. Hey, when y'all have a baby? Oh, stop it. You know I want kids, but I'm like, we waiting. Close friends can do that. Family can do that. When you somebody that I really don't hang around like that, or you're just an Instagram friend or an old like classmate or coworker, and you're asking me that is stupid annoying. Now, like I said, my friends, y'all joke around and say it's okay. When you're somebody who I don't talk to every day and you ask me that, it's kind of annoying. And it is kind of a little disrespectful.
Yeah, so with that being said, I'm going to say anyway, it's not as harsh.
Yeah, say it, but it is irritating.
Well, I'm just going to be like real about like because I understand why people are excited for us.
I get it.
They like us, I'm guessing.
We get it. Get it? Yeah. We get it.
Oh my God, you are so lame. But people want us to procreate.
Oh, of course.
And so, of course, I think that, they just got married, then people think the natural next step is like, they're gonna have a baby. Okay, which is like fine, but for me with my personality, I haven't gotten offended. Like the thing was that, so the person I don't get offended whenever someone's asking me whether or not if I'm pregnant or this announcement's gonna be like, a baby thing. Because we are not actively trying to have a child right now. But I would just encourage people to think about whenever you're asking someone that question that there can be like a lot of things going on. So first of all, as far as with like women, it's not okay to just expect that a woman wants to have a child. Like that's not really like a good thing to really assume, because not everybody wants to have kids in general.
In this situation, I'm the woman. Well, the woman that you were talking about past tense.
What?
I'm the woman in this situation because I want the kid.
I want to have children.
No, you know what I mean. Like right now, come here.
Oh my God! Like if it was up to him, he would have had a child yesterday. But I'm like, who's paying for that? So I'm like, no. So I'm saying like some women do not want kids at all.
Right. And
so just because someone got married doesn't mean they want to have kids. Right. And then the second thing is that trying to have a baby is harder than like people on social media make it think, or like whatever you thought it was whenever it was like 16 and pregnant.
Oh, it's smoke and mirrors.
It is actually literally very difficult to have a child if you really think about the science behind it. I won't go into that deep, but it is truly a miracle whenever someone gets pregnant. And then like the third thing is that there are other things going on in life right now. And so for us, like my baby is starting businesses and being sure that we have all of our affairs in order for our life and our goals. And the Lord is going to bless us with a child. I already know that.
Right.
In due time. So it's not a thing of as far as just whenever that time comes, like obviously people will know that we're having a baby, but it won't be like the second that we get like the postal blue, I don't know, mark on the pea stick and stuff. It will never ever be that. So I appreciate it, but thanks but no thanks. No, I'm not pregnant. I'm just 10 pounds heavier because moving was stressful. Like, and that's all that it was.
Nobody said anything. What? Did somebody tell you that?
No, but I feel like that has something to do with a post that I made.
Oh, because I would kill them if they said that. That's
no, baby, they did not say that.
Oh, I was gonna say that was rough.
I'm on my soapbox.
Woo! I would curse them out of it. Anyways, no, I get it, but it's like for me, I think of it in the childish sense, and this is how I think of it. When somebody asks, "Hey, you know, y'all, you gonna put a baby in her yet?" That's literally me in my mind thinking that you're saying, "Hey, are you and your wife having sex?
Well,
y'all making love?" I'm like, why are you asking me that? You shouldn't be asking me that. That's how I think.
Okay. Well, that's not.
Especially a guy. Like I said. Well, it's different for like if a woman asks me. It's kind of like, get out my face, but you know, I'll push you away. Like, no, we're not having a baby right now, but you know, whatever. A guy asks me, I'm like, why do you want to know? Why? I'm very jealous. Why? Why do you want to know?
Yeah.
That's why I think. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Excuse me.
So, yeah, I mean, let's just now, I guess, like, let them know what you've been up to.
Hey, what's good with it? It's time.
What have you been doing so far?
Yes, sir.
Since being here?
Well, for a couple weeks, I was a house husband. I didn't take advantage of it like I was supposed to. Every time she would call me, she would think I'm like, "Hey, what you doing?" I was like, "Oh, I'm watching TV." I would literally be driving around finding stuff to do. Like, "Oh, I'm at the DMV. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Oh, I'm trying to figure out how to send this up. I'm trying to figure out what to do with this. I'm trying to like go randomly to these random parks, see what these parks are like. These random restaurants, see what these restaurants." It was like maybe I think
so much free time.
Yeah, I feel like when she would get off work is when she would see me laying down. Like you would think like, oh, I'm just waiting on interviews and stuff, or I'm waiting on potential things to happen that I'm sitting there waiting and maybe got the house. I did not take advantage of that at all. Now, like just today, I'm off today. What happened when you called me? I was like, oh, I'm on my way back.
Yeah, he's always going somewhere.
I'm always finding something, trying to find something to do. By the way, if you hear like random noise, which I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been hearing it all day. Our upstairs neighbors, I don't know if they have like the most roughest sex in their life, or they're moving.
Yes, I would.
I feel like they're moving like.
I
feel like they move like 30, like what are those things called? Pianos. I forgot what kind of pianos. That's what I was trying to think of. Like 30.
Piano.
They have yes. I feel like they're up there moving 30 grand pianos because all I keep hearing is. I'm just like, dog, what are you moving up there? That you first of all you scratching the floor.
Yeah.
Cause what? But anyways, yeah. So I enjoyed being a house husband for a little bit. So for all my guys in the academy that knew that my wife was a doctor and they say, hey, why are you trying to be a fireman? You know your wife makes more than you, and you can just be a house husband, wear an apron, and just cook her food and iron her clothes for her when she gets off work. I did it. I did do it. So congratulations, guys. I did it.
Call the ironing of clothes.
Shh. Listen to tell my story. So that happened, and then I did get an interview. And it literally was just like, I got the call when you were in Atlanta and I was in Houston. Mm-hmm. And as soon as I touched down, you know, the human resource people in the office called me and said, hey, you're here, first day. You want the interview tomorrow? I was like, oh, dang, I haven't even unpacked anything. Sure. Interviewed,
Yeah.
Literally the next day after the interview, was like, hey, we liked you.
Just flew in.
It's like, you want the job?
It's all in God's plan.
Sure. So I'm not gonna tell you what department I work for, but I will say I work for a department in Atlanta. No, it's not Atlanta Fire Department. And I'm not gonna front with you. When she said get sued, she means like I'm gonna, like earlier, she means like I'm gonna say something bad about Houston, like horrible, like actually go in detail. No, I'm not that crazy. I'm not going into detail. But I will say my experience at my station in Houston, the month that I was, the couple weeks I was there, was extremely rough. Like I came home like this is my dream job. All my classmates are saying how much they love their stations, and it's like 4 of us that in my class are like, I don't like where I'm at. I don't like it. And I was coming home looking depressed because I was like, I worked so hard. I finally, after like 5-6 years of going through this dream, this chasing the dream, I finally made it to the mountaintop, and I'm getting treated like dirt. Which first of all, you're a rookie. You're supposed to be treated like dirt. You're supposed to be low on the totem pole. They're supposed to yell at you and scream at you. Cool. But the way they were doing it, it was really uncalled for. And a lot of people, like I was talking to a lot of my coworkers, they're like, no, the way they treat you is not how it's supposed to be. You know, making me, one annoying thing, making me take every single thing off the truck and putting it back on 3 times in the same day, in the same 3 hours, like 3 hours together. I did that. I've never heard anybody doing that. That was, and it was before we were supposed to go to bed. So imagine me at like 11 o'clock putting everything back on the truck while everybody else is asleep. That was horrible. I think that day was the day I wanted to quit. I called you and said I want to quit.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't do it. I'm about to hurt somebody up here. I'm about to curse somebody out.
And I'm a fighter, so I'm always just like, I have to protect him. So I'm just like, I get pissed off just looking at who's trying to like contact and say like, what's happening? Like, I'm like, if anyone's bullying my husband, that's not okay.
You read I hide behind my wife.
So I was not okay with him being there, which was a big push as a why. I was like, you know what? Nope, just come down. No reason to wait that long.
And then
just come on.
You got it. But then we were also living with a family member who was also kind of sick at the time. So I was dealing with leaving my wife and my family member at home. You know, my wife, so she can help take care of them while I'm at work. I'm mad because I'm there because they're being treated bad, and then I'm worried about my family member and my wife. Then my wife, you know, she moved to Atlanta before I did, so now I'm worried about my wife being in a whole nother state by herself without me. Well, not by herself, but without me. Now I worry about my family member being at home. You know, my other family's jumping in, doing what they can, and I'm here not liking where I'm at. So when I walked in, turned my 2 weeks notice in, I had the biggest smile on my face. I left out of there, turned all my stuff in.
Yeah.
I walked out of there. And it was the most polite paper in the world. Like I told Megan, I said, nobody.
Thank you for this amazing experience. You would be lying in the paper.
Oh, we did indubitably. Just like T.I. indubitably. I enjoyed the precipitation of my stay here, but for the annihilation of everything, I will be henceforth not being here anymore.
This is my last day.
I won't be here no more. So I left, and I got ready to move. Left my family member who was sick. Glad they're feeling better now. Came all the way out here, and like I said, got the interview, got the job quick. It took me a whole year to get my acting off the ground. Like just to start, like just to get to the head start. I touched down here 3 weeks after being here. I already got invited to a workshop. Like, hey, come to this workshop. I got out of that workshop. They said, hey, we have a workshop in 2 more weeks. Come to that one. I was like, God, it moves here. They move here. Like they keep it rolling. So I actually had a chance to meet, I don't know none of their names, and not in a bad way. The thing I'm gonna say is not in a bad way because these are shows I actually don't watch and stuff I didn't watch. So I met one of the bad guys off of Good Girls. I feel so bad that I'm saying that.
If you watch Good Girls, it's the
one that has
the
a
main
tattoo.
drug dealer guy.
He has a beard.
He's Hispanic. You literally can go on Netflix and like he's the picture.
He's actually really short,
So
but And he talked about how, directors and producers and agents will see how he looks and say, oh, he will only get one part. I mean, he talks with so much intelligence. And he was the best. He was the best, man. He was cool. Then like I said, please don't get offended. I don't watch the show. We don't have, I think it's Showtime and Stars. P-Valley, I met Uncle Clifford. I know it's Annan. Annan is his last name. But funniest person in the world, gave so much great advice, got to meet him, shake his hand. He was like, man, go out there, get your money, make it, do your thing. He said, I should see you on something in a couple months. I was like, wow, moves here. So literally, I'm in the process of doing things. You will not hear about it. You won't hear about it or see about it until it comes up, because this whole movement in silence thing has actually been working. It actually looks. I was so used to always saying, "Hey, worked out today," which, by the way, as y'all can see, I can't fit in my shirt no more.
Oh yeah, Greg's lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, I can't fit in this shirt no more. So
he looks really good.
That's it. That's amazing.
You always look good.
Oh,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying.
You look really, really good.
You're always good.
Flips hair.
Flips waves. But so then just getting back to the fire thing, I get to the fire department that I'm working for, and very first day, I can't say this enough, I said it to my wife, I said, I feel like the captain that was showing me around the station was about to break out in song. That's how happy, they work hard, stupid, we train every single day. I go to work tomorrow, we're going to train as soon as I get there. It's crazy. I love it though, because it's hey, there's something to do. Because at my old station, it was there's nothing to do, but you better find something to do. Because if you don't find something to do, I'm going to yell at you. And I'm all right, I'm going to sit here and study. No, you better not be studying, you better find something to do. Because then it means you just have downtime, you just sitting around doing nothing. They're like, hey, find something to do. We got something for you to do. Don't worry about that. So they train every single day. Everybody's lovely. I think I have I'm talking about the warmness of being there. There are mistakes being made. I mean, I'm a rookie. I work with a couple other rookies, so that's a plus. I'm not the only new person there. So it just feels good just going to somewhere where I felt like I'm wanted. Because the last station, I definitely knew I wasn't wanted. But going somewhere where I felt like I'm wanted and all that. If you ask my last station, they may have another way of saying it. They may have another story saying, well, he moved so slow. He did this, he did that. I give them that. That's fine. Whatever their opinion of or fact was of me, I take that. But my whole experience was, I didn't feel like I was welcome. I didn't feel like I was wanted. Coming here, I feel like day one, my captain looked at me. He said, hey, what's up? Let's get to it, baby. Mm-hmm. That's literally how my captain looked at me. But the captain I was with felt like he felt like a Disney character. Felt like he's about to break out into song. I love them, man. But I love them there. They're amazing. I feel like if, like I said, acting doesn't work out and firefighting is a lifelong career, I feel like this department is somewhere where I will be for a long time. Mm-hmm. Because I just feel like it's there. Here's another fact. 2022, baby, we moving up. My chief is black.
Yeah.
My assistant chief is black.
Yeah.
My captain is black.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Your chief is a black woman, right?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. She's a black
you need to
woman.
say that.
Woo!
Black woman.
She even asked me during the interview, hey, you gonna trip about taking orders from a woman, a black woman at that? And I was like, please, I've been taking orders from black women my whole life. You must not know who my mama, my older sister, my older sister, my older sister, my grandma, my auntie, and my wife. I take it. I'm cool with that. So I love it there. It's amazing. My whole experience in Atlanta so far has been amazing. I'm glad that I'm just pushing through with everything, and yeah.
I feel like you're exactly where you're supposed to be.
I feel like I'm comfortable when I touched down here. I got out of the U-Haul. My foot touched the ground. I hugged Megan. And I was like, it sounded like I farted. They messed up my thing. They moving grand pianos up there. I took that breath, exhaled, and was like, dang, it feels good out here.
Yeah.
But it's been cold since I've been here.
Yeah, so
and
for
it snowed
me,
the other day.
what have I been doing so far since getting here?
Working.
Yeah, I have been working, but
Hey, hold on.
that,
Before you finish that, before, whatever she about to say, don't let her fool you. She about to say something about, yeah, you know, I work and I do this, or whatever she's about to say. She is a boss here.
oh my gosh.
Go ahead.
Okay, I coming here, I was presented with an amazing job opportunity. So I work for Thrive Ortho and Spine,
She can say where she works, I can't.
which is so what's really good is so they're a company that's been in Atlanta, like 5 locations across Atlanta, and it has a orthosurgeon, a pain anesthesiologist, and there's PAs also on the staff. And so they were generally just outsourcing PT into like the different clinics across the Atlanta area, but within their system, it's easier for their patients to get access to physical therapy faster if physical therapy is just in-house. So now what we've been doing is I'm rolling out the physical therapy side of Thrive Ortho and Spine. So they hired this other guy who's in more of the northern part of Georgia, then he was like going to be like leading the southern part of Georgia. And so, yeah, like it's been awesome. I have now opened a clinic and designed it. Like it's been really cool, and like I'm literally doing exactly what I've always wanted to do, and with opportunities beyond that. And so I really love it. I came from my residency, which was like a very like stressful environment, just through the fact like everything you had to do, and then even just like staying within like a huge hospital system, I would sometimes go to work very, very anxious because I'm like, oh my god, I have like 18 something patients, you know, on this day, and like I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Which I'm really just like counting it down. Like now I feel so relaxed. It's like I get up, my hours are amazing. Like I get to treat on my own, how I want to treat, and then I have access to the people that refer the patients directly to me, like they're upstairs, and so it's been really, really like life-changing to be in an environment where the pace is a lot slower, but I have the autonomy that I've always wanted to have, and I feel comfortable, and like I know who the CEOs are, and like I can text them about anything, and we have meetings all the time, and just like it's just like a great environment. Like literally when you say that you want like a seat at the table, like that's just like what I feel right now, and like this position I'm in, to say that like I'm only 28 and just like have this position, I know it's only God. And yeah, I love it. Like I wake up and just like I'm so excited to go to work today. Just like literally, like, that's why and it's been a shift in my mindset as well too, because that's why I'm able to leave work and be like, okay, we're gonna do this tonight, and be excited about it. I used to leave work and be like, all I can do is just sit on the couch because I'm so drained. Like that's not a good sign. That's you. Like I will tell you that is not a good sign. And I'm like, if you're feeling like that right now, it's time to pivot. I love that I come home and I'm energized and ready to go to the next thing, because I love what I'm doing, I love where I'm at, and it's just a blessing. And so beyond that, like Greg said, I've just been finding fun stuff to do, and
it's boss lady.
Yeah, continuously building our brand.
Yeah.
And we're going to be taking everybody on ventures with us as far as what we do now. So we'll be posting videos on our YouTube channel as well. Because what I also have noticed is that I don't remember a lot of things, which is why there's been a huge push for me to just like film our life.
Jesus.
What? Why'd you say Jesus?
Because you don't be remembering.
I don't. So that's sidebar. So that's the thing about me. I don't remember anything from my childhood really. It's not like I don't really go through like trauma or anything. It's just like experiences that my parents talk about, and my siblings will be like, oh, remember we went to this place, like Busch Gardens, remember what we did there? And I sit there and I try to remember, and nothing comes to my mind. And so I don't want that to be my reality, which is why I love filming our life, and that's why I'm obsessed with creating things digitally, which is why I want to film what we do in life, to put it onto YouTube. So I have a vault to whenever Greg asks me like, hey, do you remember we went to the fair? And then I sit there and try to think about something that happened just 5 years ago and cannot remember it, I can go back and look at it. So that's really why I enjoy filming.
But I will say, when it comes to her remembering things, don't tell her what she said if she didn't say it. She'll remember something.
That.
She'll remember that. You'll say, yeah, you told me you was gonna get my $10. I did not say I was gonna give you your $10. You said I could have the $10, and I said, are you sure? You said, yeah. I said, all right, cool.
That's true. I always remember what I said.
Swear.
Absolutely.
Don't ever tell her. That's what you say. I didn't say that.
Words.
But you be like, girl, remember that time we went to the strip club and that stripper was like, hey, I was like, she was like, no. I have no recollection.
I don't recall at all. No,
I don't know what you're saying to me. Get out of my face.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, it's been really good. It's been exciting. So Atlanta has embraced us and we're ready to just, embrace it back.
Let me ask you this. Being here for the time, because, I mean, we've only been here for 2 months now. Not even 2 months.
It's not even 2
It's
months.
not even
I've
2
been
months.
like a month.
Well, for you, it's been a longer. I've been here probably a month and maybe a week or 2.
Then that means I've been here for a month and like 3 weeks.
Yeah. So, you being here, what's the craziest thing that's happened in Atlanta so far?
The craziest thing?
Craziest thing.
Besides like our moving issues?
Oh, it could be that one too. Just anything that crazy that happened to you during the moving process. Like anything. Like from you first getting here to literally us doing this podcast.
Oh my gosh, that's a big question to ask because now I gotta remember what's happening.
Oh my God.
Like, the craziest thing that's happened to me.
Yes.
Can you just go first so I have
Yeah, I'll go first. So the craziest thing that happened to me was, alright, so boom. The way Houston works, I knew with my uniform where to go, what to do, where to drive, what grocery stores and gas stations to drive to. I mean, because I live there. I know what the hoods are. I know what the suburbs look like. I know what the high schools are. I know where the corner store is, and I know where the gas station is. I know where all that stuff is. Here, the area we in has been gentrified. I ain't gonna front with you. Let's be honest. The area we live in, it was an old kind of hood. Now it's like very gentrified. Still aspects of it around, but it's very like mellowed down. Like it's literally like a white lady outside walking her dog. That's how I look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So I get off work. Like this was a weekday. I got off work, and like I said, the gas stations I'm driving by every day. I'm like, all right, so I know that's the gas station I go to here and there. If I run out of gas late at night, like 3 o'clock in the morning, that's the gas station I can go to because I know it's still dangerous, but that's the safest one. I get off work at like 7 o'clock. Cool. I'm driving home. I'm out of gas. And we already in the gas crisis. So some weird motive in my head made me take a different route from where I'm working at. I take this different route. It's still on the way to our apartment, but we live by this, like, it has to be a prison. Somebody said it was a prison. We live by this, like, but they said they don't think it's a prison anymore. It's this big, like, long, like, it's like huge acre of, like, land out there. It's like barbed wire everywhere, but it's a prison. They said they think it's an older prison that's been shut down. So we live on the other side of it, across, like, some train tracks, whatever. On the other side of it is like where you see more gas stations and stuff. I go to that side instead of going to my regular side to gas station. I drive up. I'm like in my car. I got my holster where my radio goes. Now, we don't have guns. We have radios in the holsters. I get out the car. Mind you, I still got my full uniform on. So, AKA, what do I look like, baby?
A police officer.
I look like a police officer.
Yeah, you do.
I'm walking. Like I said, I know what gas station stop at in Houston. I'm walking towards the door. I open the door. There are 4 males. I think the oldest one could have probably been 20. When I say open the door, these Negroes scattered, ran. Like,
oh my goodness.
Oh. One of them was trying to like run out the back. Then he turned around and looked at me. He was like, oh, hey, y'all. Hey, come here, find me. And me just waking up, getting off work, working a 24-hour shift, I was just like, I just snickered and just went, oh, bro, I don't care anyway. And it was like, one of the dudes like, yeah, you're doing illegal activities. And I was just like,
oh my goodness.
I don't care, bro, I just want a Gatorade.
Oh
I said, I just want a Gatorade, put some gas in my car. And they was like, how much you bench press, man? I was like, maxed out a long time. Ah, man, I know you bitch. It's like, oh, honey. It's like, I just want some gas and Gatorade. I don't want the conversation right now. Get my gas, get my Gatorade. Told Megan, thought she was gonna laugh.
No,
she didn't.
I was pissed.
She was very upset.
Because
we don't know
that's
this.
so dangerous.
Because I didn't know.
Y'all, whenever he showed me where this gas station is that he stopped at in the area, it does not look like some place that you need to go stop at. Like, ever.
Oh,
like,
it's different if I stopped there at like 1 o'clock in the morning, but I went there at like 7, early, bright eye. I literally just passed like 2 police officers on the way, so I'm like, all right, it's still 3 minutes away from my house, going all the way around that big acre of land. So I'm thinking like, oh, okay, cool. Same.
It's just the fact that the craziest, to answer your questions, craziest thing that's happened to me since being here, it's like coincidences as far as just like, I watch the news a lot now, because obviously we don't know what's
we don't know
like
nothing,
that.
so
So I want to know what's going on.
morning.
And it seems like there's been a pattern that when I've been to a place and something happens at that place, or as far as just like, oh, passing by the state fair, and then like the day I look at it and pass by it, they're on the next day of the news like, oh, shooting at the state fair, and like so it's right down the street. It's like, oh, I actually like passed by that, or like driving through what's called, it's not like the Pride Walk, and then see on the news, oh, the cars are like zooming around that. So that's just been like, yeah, like little occurrences like that where, oh, I was just there and now here it is on the news and something bad has happened.
That's funny.
So with that being said, yeah, I was irritated that he just stopped and just went to this place in his uniform. I'm like, you don't know, these people could have got scared and shot you.
But look, see,
so it's just small stuff.
The thing
like
about
that.
me is, I talk real, I'm an actor. So I gotta put on my acting thing. So I talk real proper. I'm like, oh yeah, man, I'm just stopping to get some gas. Just on the way home. I had to pull in my bag and that old Woodson Jaguar, Madison High School, Texas Southern, Scott Street, Slang County. I was like, shit, man, I'm just out here just trying to get some gas. And, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to get a Gatorade, bro. I'm tired, man.
Oh my God.
She doesn't find it amusing.
So yeah, but yes, I mean, overall, we've given you guys the rundown of what's kind of like cured. So the next episode, we're gonna talk more about the adjustment and like how hard adjusting has been.
That's what I said no, because I'm like,
especially for me. So I've been through a lot within this past time, like trying to move, and it's just, one episode is not enough to really give it to you. So we'll be back next week to kind of talk about the